There's a woman you can't stand. You say she's arrogant, too confident, too loud, too manipulative, too attention-seeking. But Carl Jung would say something uncomfortable. The reason she triggers you might have nothing to do with her, and everything to do with you. Because according to Jung, the traits you hate most in others are often the parts of yourself you refuse to see. That's called projection. And once you understand it, you'll never look at rivalry, jealousy, or even attraction the same way again. Carl Jung believed that every person has a shadow. The shadow is not evil. It is not demonic. It is simply the parts of you that you were taught were unacceptable. Your anger, your envy, your ambition, your need for attention, your desire to dominate, your jealousy, your hunger when you were younger. Someone told you these parts were too much, so you buried them. But buried does not mean gone. It means unconscious. And when something is unconscious, you don't see it in yourself. You see it in other people. That is projection. Projection is when your mind takes a trait you reject in yourself and places it onto someone else. So instead of saying, I feel insecure, you say, she's so insecure. Instead of saying, I want attention, you say, she's desperate for attention. Instead of saying, I wish I had that confidence, you say, she thinks she's better than everyone. Projection protects the ego, but it blocks growth. Let's talk about female rivalry. Why does another woman's beauty feel threatening? Why does her confidence feel arrogant? Why does her calm silence feel manipulative? Because she is expressing something you were taught to suppress. If you were taught to be small, a bold woman will feel offensive. If you were taught to be agreeable, a woman with boundaries will feel cold. If you were taught to compete quietly, a woman who openly wins will feel dangerous. But she is not creating the discomfort. She is revealing it. That tight feeling in your chest when she walks into the room, that isn't hatred. It's recognition. Recognition of a trait you disowned. Jung believed that what irritates us about others can lead us to an understanding of ourselves. So when someone triggers you, the mature question isn't, why is she like that? It's, what part of me feels exposed right now? Projection doesn't only show up in rivalry, it shows up in attraction. Sometimes the traits you obsess over are also projections. You say, I hate arrogant men, but you secretly crave confidence. You say, I hate controlling women, but you struggle with control yourself. You say, they're manipulative, but you fear your own ability to influence. Projection works both ways. You project what you hate, and you project what you desire. Sometimes the person you're obsessed with is holding a quality your shadow wants permission to express. That's why attraction can feel magnetic, and jealousy can feel consuming. Because it's not about them, it's about you. Projection feels intense because the shadow carries emotional charge. The parts of you that were rejected carry shame, and shame turns into defensiveness. So when someone embodies that trait freely, it feels like an attack, but it isn't. It's a mirror, and mirrors are uncomfortable because they don't flatter, they reveal. Projection is the ego saying, I would rather judge this than integrate it. But growth begins when you reverse that pattern. The woman who masters projection becomes powerful because instead of competing with other women, she studies her reactions. Instead of gossiping, She asks, "Why did that trigger me?" Instead of shrinking, she integrates. If you judge confident women, practice speaking with certainty. If you judge seductive women, explore your own sensuality. If you judge ambitious women, admit you want more. Projection dissolves when ownership begins. And this is where dark feminine energy actually becomes mature. Not in manipulation, not in rivalry, but in integration. You stop fearing powerful traits because you allow yourself to embody them. The next time someone triggers you, don't rush to label them. Ask yourself, what part of me am I seeing? Because the shadow does not disappear when you ignore it. It waits, and it shows up in the people who disturb you most. And if you're brave enough, those people will become your teachers. Subscribe if you're ready to understand yourself deeper.